From Hannah on Facebook, what's your favorite new element from Soulstorm that you couldn't do in previous games?
Well, I'd say it was fire, right?
Ah, nice. Okay, yeah, yeah.
And I designed a system. Uh, I designed a theoretical system back in '97 when we were making Abe's Exodus for how I thought fire could work because we wanted the brew to be flammable. And fortunately, we didn't even try to make it work back then because it would have been too computationally heavy. So I was still uh, being humbled by limitations of game machines. And but in designing it, it was interesting because when we first started designing it, I didn't want the engineering to know that it was fire because I thought as soon as they know, they're going to start doing their own interpretations of how they think it's work, and I know that's not what I want. So what I want is this, and so we had this theoretical system that I designed that would be a splash creates connected bubbles and it forms a puddle out of small cylinders. And so it's like a little bit of a like particle effect. Things branch out, and then each cylinder or each polygon that gets forms a puddle has some sticky factors. So then it starts reskinning itself, and then based on how many of those cylinders were how close to the center and how thin it was, a number of parameters, the fire would be higher and fade out by the sides, and it would be hotter in the center. And this would be dynamic fire. And so we really wanted that sense of I can spread a flammable liquid and light it for real. And whatever it sticks to, it's going to burn, whether it's on a ceiling or on a pole or on a character or whatever. And that was it was really hard to optimize to get something that acted and behaved more like a liquid fire, like you would
Mm-hmm.
expect from a flamethrower or something. And when we had it on a flamethrower, man, we had to take it off because I mean we had guys with flamethrowers, but we had to stop them from making the flammable puzzles because if you possessed one, you would just cause the whole scene to catch on fire because it was just really cool. But then it just became unmanageable from a performance level with the rest of the things running in the game. But the fire is the thing. I was like, I'm really, I really wanted to make it happen, and then the theory proved pretty true, and I think it looked pretty cool. Like it actually, like you could feed it. A lot of people didn't know, because I'd just stand there and I'd throw, 10 bottles in the same spot, and the fire would start raging higher. And that was something like we were actually measuring temperature in the game because we wanted to create secrets. It didn't, again, it wound up on the cutting room floor, but we wanted to create secrets where it would only like burn a door out if it got to like 2000 degrees Fahrenheit or 3000 degrees Fahrenheit. So the idea was if you threw like 50 bottles in this one spot to burn, it would melt the metal floor and it would give you access to secret areas that you couldn't find anywhere
Mm-hmm.
elsewhere. You couldn't access any other way. And while it was a noble idea, it's just one of those things we everything was there to do it, but we were facing so many other challenges that it just um, it on the priority list it wound up being low.